The opening kickoff. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Florida State's offense will have the first possession of the game. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch. Fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
Leaves it with the back. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program again.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Wants to throw on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Seminoles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Takes the handoff. It's fired. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run for it on third and short. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Finds his man down the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Seminoles with the 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Slater. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. They'll leave it with him. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Noles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They're going to ride this running back. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Might be changing the route. They're looking to throw on second and short. Grab near the marker. It's Slater. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2.
the big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Trying to pound it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After this long of a drive, you have to cap it off with a touchdown, and here comes 3rd and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Florida State. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Man, great first drive by this offense. Capped off, 3rd and goal situation. A lot of times thinking run, run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense. Get the passing. down and get this party started right.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Boilermakers offense will get the ball for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Dropping back, it's Durant. The short hands, it's Jennings. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gets it out quickly. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Wide open downfield. Oh, he's got some space. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
First down, Purdue.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Motion from the wideout. He wants to throw it again. Under fire. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you, because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got him downfield. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got it set up on the outside. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to pass. It's Durant. Here comes the heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense trying to take it back. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown Seminoles. The defense putting points on the board.
And how about the defense just straight flipping the script? They got a goal-to-go situation, just trying not to give up a touchdown. You want to give up a field goal, not only do they make a big play, they scoop up the fumble, they take it all the way to the house, and they get a touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Sharp. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll start this drive going to the air. With the catch, it's Brown. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. Give to Brown. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The offense changing the play. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Noles are moving quickly down the field. On the option. Now the toss. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least...
There he goes! Touchdown, Knowles! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside the ACC today. North Carolina ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those Carolina blue unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. We expected to see a shakeup in the ACC. It's bound to happen in this kind of game. But this type of win is a serious statement.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Snags a quick pass on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass, it's Durant. Pressure coming. Had to get rid of it quickly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. The give on the inside. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Boilermakers racing to the line in the hurry up. Defense in press coverage. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give from the gun. Inside the 40. Turning it on. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
And this is the frustration in playing man-to-man coverage. All the guys on your defense are chasing their guys. They don't have vision on the quarterback, but he is such a good athlete. He notices it, he takes off, he chews up yards, and makes a big play.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He cannot get it in, a mere inches away from pay dirt. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to adjust the pattern. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This almost certainly will be the final play of the half, so they'll give it a try on fourth down. From the gun. Into the end zone. Big guy smells it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside. Defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Florida State. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Durant. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Boilermakers getting set on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Shakes off the defender. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Boilermakers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Shoots it to the left. That's caught. It's Burke. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Rushes on him. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Pulls it in. It's Byrne. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Wide receiver going in motion. Going to look downfield again. That's reeled in. It's Jennings. He'll be stopped at the 32. Still ground to cover if they want to convert, and 4th down is coming. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. It's good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Arkansas delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Fayetteville. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. Breaks into the open. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown Seminoles. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Gets the back moving. He wants to throw it. It's complete on the right side. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
The Boilermakers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Sets up the screen. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Looking for a man. It's Durant. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Setting up the screen. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Throwing right. He makes the catch. Oh, a lot of space. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throwing catch, and he's down at the 5.
Well, in that kind of situation, in that field position on your own side of the field, third and short, defense was definitely thinking run. And instead, they throw the football. They catch him off guard. It's an explosive play, now setting up first and goal.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
Twice they've been denied touchdowns in the red zone, and now it's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Splits the uprights. Good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Give to the running back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. And the Seminoles in a good spot here with second and short. Right back to the well. Oh, he's got some space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big game, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, no! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point, you're going to have to change your thought process. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. These corners going to give them some space. Got it in the middle. It's Burke. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Durant. Punts it out of the air. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
There he goes. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man on the right. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Boilermaker!
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On third down, he drops to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Slater. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Back to the ground with the running back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. He wants to change this route. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, in saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, you know, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head. There's some, I want to beat you on recruiting trip.
They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Snagged in the middle. It's Byrne. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. With the run on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew.
And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. A little window dressing here at the end of the game. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
Coming out with it, it's Adams. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone, gets it to the 28. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating, because you think you might get points, and then your defense.
Turning it on. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's good. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee, as he stopped at the 14. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got enough for the 1st. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
To the ground, he's got it again. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. There's the pressure. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Brown.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the fourth quarter.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Seminoles kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Making side adjustments here. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had. The Noles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. Well, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage.
Breaks into the open. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Seminoles back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at second and 11. Looking to fire. Snagged out of the air. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Takes it from the gun on third down. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they've put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of